Defense Updates has reached more than 150,000 subscribers. We're genuinely thankful to our viewers. You keep us going. We don't dilute your video watching experience in this channel with sponsored products. If you like what we're doing, kindly support us on Patreon. www.patreon.com/defenseupdates. The U.S. Air Force is preparing to put nuclear-armed bombers back on 24-hour ready alert, a status not seen since the Cold War ended in 1991. That means the long-dormant concrete pads at the ends of this base's 11,000-foot runway, dubbed the Christmas tree for their angular markings, could once again find several B-52s parked on them, laden with nuclear weapons and set to take off at a moment's notice. General David Goldfein, Air Force Chief of Staff, said in an interview during his 6-day tour of Barksdale and other U.S. Air Force bases that support the nuclear mission, "This is yet one more step in ensuring that we're prepared. I look at it more as not planning for any specific event, but more for the reality of the global situation we find ourselves in and how we ensure we're prepared going forward." In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why the U.S. putting B-52 in 24-hour patrol with nukes is a direct message to North Korea and Russia.
Number 5.
Goldfein and other senior defense officials stressed that the alert order had not been given, but that preparations were underway in anticipation that it might come. That decision would be made by General John Hyten, the commander of the U.S. Strategic Command, or General Laurie Robinson, the head of the U.S. Northern Command. STRATCOM is in charge of the military's nuclear forces, and NORTHCOM is in charge of defending North America. Putting the B-52s back on alert is just one of many decisions facing the Air Force as the U.S. military responds to a changing geopolitical environment that includes increasing North Korea and Russian threats. North Korea regime has successfully tested 100 kilotons nuke as well as long-range intercontinental ballistic missiles Hwasong-14 and Hwasong-15. Apart from taking many hostile steps, Russian leader Vladimir Putin has put 13 more submarines into active service since 2004. Russia's submarine activity is now at its highest level since the Cold War. Keeping all this in view, Goldfein is asking his force to think about new ways that nuclear weapons could be used for deterrence or even combat. He said, "The world is a dangerous place, and we've got folks that are talking openly about the use of nuclear weapons. It's no longer a bipolar world where it's just us and the Soviet Union. We've got other players out there who have nuclear capability. It's never been more important to make sure that we get this mission right."
Number 4.
The Boeing B-52 Stratofortress is an American long-range subsonic jet-powered strategic bomber. The B-52 was designed and built by Boeing, which has continued to provide support and upgrades. It's been operated by the United States Air Force since the 1950s. Superior performance at high subsonic speeds and relatively low operating costs have kept the B-52 in service despite the advent of more advanced aircrafts, including the variable geometry B-1 Lancer and the stealthy B-2 Spirit. After being upgraded between 2013 and 2015, it's supposed to serve into the 2040s. The B-52s are expected to reach the end of their service lives by 2045 and be replaced by B-21 Raiders. B-52 are powered by Pratt & Whitney turbojet engines. The 8 engines of the B-52 are paired in pods and suspended by 4 pylons beneath the forward of the wing's leading edge. It has typical combat range of more than 8,800 miles, that's 14,080 kilometers, without aerial refueling. The powerful engines also enable B-52 to carry up to 70,000 pounds, that's 32,000 kilograms, of weapons. The massive range and excellent payload makes the B-52 apt for strategic bombing since multiple high-value targets can be taken out in a single long-distance mission. U.S. satellite intelligence will mean that B-52 will be guided to the target through the safest path. As well, it must be noted that these could also be escorted by fighter jets like F-22 Raptor, F-35 Lightning, which will clear the path by taking out air defense assets.
Number 3.
The B-52 is capable of carrying both conventional as well as nuclear weapons. The ability to carry up to 20 AGM-69 SRAM nuclear missiles was added to G and H models starting in 1971. To further improve its offensive ability, air-launched cruise missiles were fitted. After testing of both the Air Force-backed Boeing AGM-86 and the Navy-backed General Dynamics AGM-109 Tomahawk, the AGM-86B was selected for operation for the B-52. A total of 194 B-52Gs and Hs were modified to carry AGM-86s, carrying 12 missiles on underwing pylons, with 82 B-52Hs further modified to carry another 8 missiles on a rotary launcher fitted in the bomb bay.
Number 2.
The AGM-86 is a subsonic air-launched cruise missile built by Boeing. This missile was developed to increase the effectiveness and survivability of the Boeing B-52 bomber, as the missile can be fired from standoff ranges. In combination, the missile dilutes an enemy's forces and complicates air defense of its territory. All variants of the AGM-86 missile are powered by a Williams F-107 turbofan jet engine that propels it at sustained subsonic speeds and can be launched from aircraft at both high and low altitudes. The missile deploys its folded wings, tail surfaces, and engine inlet after launch. Sophisticated guidance makes the missile very accurate. The missile deploys W-80 thermonuclear warhead. It has a range of 1,100 to 2,400 kilometers depending on variant. This enables the B-52 to launch it far off from the target. As stated earlier, a single B-52 can launch up to 20 of these missiles. Hence, an enemy force could have to counterattack more than one missile at a time, making defense against them costly and complicated. The enemy's defenses are further hampered by the missile's small size and low altitude flight capability, which makes them difficult to detect on radar.
Number 1.
The W-80 is a thermonuclear warhead in the U.S. nuke stockpile with a variable yield of between 5 and 150 kilotons of TNT. It's specifically designed to be used by AGM-86 as well as the BGM-109 Tomahawk. It's essentially a modification of the widely deployed B-61 weapon, which forms the basis of most of the current U.S. stockpile. The W-80 is a powerful asset. To give viewers a perspective, here's a comparison. Trinity test in New Mexico in July 1945, which ushered in the nuclear age, had a yield of 20 kilotons. Hiroshima's Little Boy bomb had a yield of 13 to 18 kilotons, whereas Nagasaki's Fat Man bomb had a yield of 20 to 22 kilotons of TNT. Depending on variant G or H, B-52 will be able to launch 12 or 20 of these W-80 warheads carried by AGM-86 missile. This means a single aircraft has a destructive capacity of 12 times 150, that's 1,800, or 20 times 150, that's 3,000 kilotons of TNT. This is enough to obliterate major military assets of any country. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.